Hey everybody, I wanted to do something a little bit different today because I think that the topics that we're going to be talking about this week, having a stay-at-home mom schedule or why you shouldn't have a schedule as a stay-at-home mom, it lands just a little bit different when you can see my face and hear my voice. So I know it's hard. I know sometimes it's easier to read emails because you can do it late at night while you're nursing the baby and it's quiet and all that kind of stuff. But I promise if you carve out just a couple minutes every single day this week to listen to these videos, you will not be disappointed, and I promise to try to keep them like under 5 minutes each so that you don't have to find like really long lengths of time every time to sit down and listen to this video. But this week we're going to be talking about how to have a stay-at-home mom schedule or how to not have a stay-at-home mom schedule. And this is the core of everything that I believe and run in my own household and the core of everything that I teach on Forgotten Lattes, which is how to love your life with littles. And it all starts with this. So here's what happens. You become a stay-at-home mom and you fall into one of two camps. You either become a busy bee and you are busy, busy, busy all day long, and you get to the end of the day and you feel like your to-do list is just as long as it was this morning and you didn't get the quality time with your child that you wanted. Or you're a bored Betty and you feel like the days pass by so slowly and you miss work and you miss being able to take a break and go talk to your friend at the water cooler or run to Starbucks and get a cup of coffee, and you just feel kind of trapped and like you're just living Groundhog's Day over and over and over again, right? So you're either the busy bee or the bored Betty, but either way, what happens is you sit down and you think to yourself, I need a solution. And so you start looking on Pinterest and you start Googling and you start reading and you think, well, what are all these other women doing? How is everybody else doing it? And I'm at home, running my mind crazy and I'm not accomplishing anything, or I'm bored out of my mind. What's everyone else doing? And what pops up on Pinterest? Stay-at-home mom schedules. And you start pouring through these blog posts about how all you need is the perfect stay-at-home mom schedule, the schedule that's going to help you carve out time to spend with your baby and get dinner on the table and trips to the park and educational daily activities and arts and crafts and self-care for you and quality time with your husband. You just need the perfect schedule. And so you start downloading all these examples and you make your own schedule, and it works for a couple of days and you're not bored anymore and you're not just spinning your wheels all day long. You're actually getting things accomplished. And then something happens and you have a rough night with the baby, and so you sleep in and now your whole schedule is totally shot. Or your mom calls you and says, hey, let's go meet for coffee, and that wasn't on the schedule and you don't know what to do. And then once you're off schedule, you can't seem to get back on it. So you go for a couple days and you're struggling and you're trying to get back on the schedule, and then you know what? You just give up. And after a few days, you're totally off of schedule again and you're right back to either being a busy bee or a bored Betty, and you have no solutions. And then you live like that for a couple of weeks and you get motivated again and you start the entire process all over, right? Raise your hand if you've been there. I've done this many, many times. And guess what? You don't need a schedule. You don't. Here's what you need instead. You need routines. And we're going to talk about the difference between a schedule and a routine in tomorrow's video. But you don't need a schedule. So stop looking up schedules. If you have one on your fridge or text it on your apps, on one of the apps on your phone or something like that, delete it. You don't need it. You don't need a schedule, because all it's doing is chaining you to something that isn't taking into account your daily life or when something different might happen. But a routine will help free you from that, and it's going to help make your days better, more productive, more enjoyable, so you can love your life with littles. Okay, tomorrow we're talking about the difference between a schedule and a routine. Stay tuned. It's going to be so good. You do not want to miss it.